Welcome to Champions in Conversations. I'm Kyoko Sugiyama, NTT Data Group Corporation, Deputy Head of Global Marketing and Communications. I'd like to introduce Ashley Buhai, the professional golfer and winner of the last year AIG Women's Open. So thank you very much for taking your time to joining today.
Thank you, Kyoko. Nice to be here.
Nice to see you. So I have a lot of questions today to ask you. But first, when did you start to playing golf? I heard it's really early age.
I was hitting golf balls for the first time at around the age of 3. And then, 3 years old. And then 6 years old was when I really started to enjoy the game and started to take my dad to the driving range and wanted him to, play with me all the time.
Were you not interested in the other sport? You loved golf at 6 years old.
Yeah, I have always loved golf more than other sports, but growing up in South Africa, predominantly we played field hockey, cricket, tennis. I played all those sports at school till I was about 17 years old, but golf was always the one that I knew I wanted to play professionally.
Yeah, that's great. So for me, I've been working for 28 years in NTT Data, and after the graduate university, I joined NTT Data. So, but that's
a really long time with one company, right? Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, so we are really completely different industry area, but I believe we have some similar journey in our careers. So today I'd like to ask you your journey and professionality and your personal hobbies like that. So first, for me, let me talk about my career. I joined in NTT Data 1995, and primarily the male-dominated industry. I remember just 3 women in my department compared to 60 or 70 men employees. But challenges happened at my. I was nearly 40 years old. I was transferred to India in the global group company. That was a huge, biggest challenges and a big experience for me in my career. So, how about you? Is there any big challenges in your career? The biggest change or challenges?
Same for you. If you think about you moved to a different country, like how many years did you move to India for?
Almost 2.5 years.
Okay. Yeah. For us, I think one of the biggest challenges is if you're playing, sometimes you're in a different country every week. Again, language. I started off my career on the Ladies European Tour, so predominantly playing in Europe. And that was very much different country every week, different language, different food. Yeah. So it's all very new experiences, trying to find your way around the country. But it's a wonderful way to learn. And I think I wouldn't trade my experiences for anything. And then finally made my way over to the LPGA, which is predominantly America-based. Yeah. But same thing, airplanes every week, different states. Trying to find your accommodation. Or I think we all have different challenges along the way. Yeah. Something with sport is being professional for 16 years, having injuries. They're going to set you back. And trying to overcome those and get stronger and to come back better.
Yeah, but it's really great that you started initially the more global. So first you compete global at the early stage. When did you join the abroad? Start when first time?
First time. So my first time ever overseas to go play a tournament. I was 13 years old. I went to Australia by myself. My parents put me on a plane and I had to go to Australia and competed in the Jack Newton International Tournament. Turned professional at 18 years old. And that was when I first started traveling professionally and playing on the tour.
Wow. But how did you get used to different culture and language, way of maybe different way of playing golf.
Yeah, it takes time, a lot of time. Even I'm still learning today, and I think maybe in your job everybody's still learning. Do you find that in the industry? I'm sure your industry has changed so much over the years.
Yeah.
With technology, right? Everything's always changing. So I think that's the beauty about life in general. We can always learn and try to get better.
Yeah, that's great to hear that. Yeah, so so in the business, it's really important to have a good mentor and leaders around myself. But is it the same in golf? You
Definitely.
have a good mentor and leaders.
Yeah. I think growing up, everybody has somebody to look up to. Me being South African, Ernie Els was the best South African golfer in the world at the time. Always looked up to him. And the female side would have been Kari Webb, Laura Davies, Annika Sorenstam. And I think because what's great, I've been doing this for so long that I actually got to play with a lot of my idols.
Yeah.
There was a lot of the girls that have started now. Their idols played before them, so I feel like I'm very lucky to be able to do that.
But you're so excited to see then that such a great mentor or leaders in the same field.
For sure. Yeah. To be able to meet your idols and actually play, it's something that you dream of. And for me to be able to live that, it's very exciting. Yeah. Did you have mentors?
Yeah, actually, when I decided to go to India, my boss recommended me, and he recommended to go to India to support some offshoring project as a group company. But I never experienced work with non-Japanese, and of course, never experienced working abroad. So I really nervous, and I'm not confident at all.
Yeah.
And I declined that recommendation, but he said, please enjoy and embrace all the challenges in your life. That was pushed me to go to India, and really encouraged me to so I wanted to do the same thing to the younger generation. So he's my mentor and leader.
And I'm sure that experience only made you stronger living in another country.
Yeah, right.
All the new experiences leading teams over there, right?
Yeah, at first time to went to India, same as you, the different language and different culture, the different way of thinking. It's all challenges for me. And to be honest, I wanted to go back to return every day. But I think I really appreciate my Indian colleagues. They really supported me and get to know each other gradually. But it's really an interesting experience, and it's important experience for me.
For sure, yeah.
Okay, so and also I wanted to ask you about winning here at the AIG Women's Open last year. It was an epic battle in the 18th hole. So could you please tell about that story?
Well, going into Sunday, I had a 5-shot lead, which in golf it's a huge advantage. But it's also one of the most difficult things to do because you kind of then start to protect it and play maybe too cautiously instead of, keep attacking, play smart, which was my goal for the day. And I was in the lead the whole way until the 15th hole, and I had a triple bogey, which is bad in golf, and ended up being tied for the lead. So mentally, it was a big mind switch. I had to stay strong, and I just said to myself, it's okay, you haven't lost the lead, just keep doing what you're doing. Which for me in golf was staying with the process, sticking to your steps, which I was trying to do, like breathing, And then I went into a 4-hole playoff with Inji Chan from South Korea. She's a fantastic player. She's won multiple majors. So I knew it was going to be very difficult. And it was getting dark. It was cold. So all the elements were against us. And then finally I hit it in the right-hand bunker on 18 and had to hit a really good bunker shot to make up and down to win. But I did, and it was the best moment of my career.
Yeah, but it's really breathless situation. But how did you concentrate on that kind of tough situation? Do you practice always, and how to make your physical, mental stronger? And,
well, I work with a sports psychologist. You know, I have a swing coach, a sports psychologist, physical trainer, like all these things. You work on your off weeks to prepare you for these moments. And in that moment, again, I think in life we focus so much on the outcome that we forget about the steps and the process we need to do to get there. And that was something that I've been doing for the last 1.5 years with my sports psychologist. Only think about the now. Only think about what you can control now. And at that moment, I just thought tempo in my swing. Just keep your tempo, keep your tempo. Because that's what I could control. After that, if whatever happened to the golf shot, it happened. And I think that's why I was able to just stay so calm during that playoff.
Wow, so doing that every day or every practice, you will keep your mind consistent and clear.
And calm. To play from a calm place. In golf, that's what you want. You don't want to be up and down. You just want to be like over here.
That's great. So I should be remembered in a business situation.
It's the same, you know, you want to be calm.
But I'm always nervous and not confident. Some tough situation always. But I wanted to ask that your mantra, I'm really interested, and I heard your mantra, one of your mantra is keep slow is smooth, smooth is fast. What does it mean? What did it come from? It's really interesting.
Again, it goes back to keeping the smoothness of my swing, because the minute I swing fast, then everything goes out. So that's why for me, like if I keep it smooth and my tempo at a certain like pace, then I know I'll be good. And again, because I know it's what I can control.
It's really inspiring me, because it's the same situation in the business or daily life. It's not too fast.
For sure. And I think, you know, everybody lives such fast-paced lives nowadays. It's just the way the world works. Sometimes we need to take a step back and just be like, it's okay. I'm okay. I can do this.
That inspired me.
Thank you.
I want to share this mantra with my colleagues. And also during the last year tournament, how did your family support you? How your family, your friends, or your
I think
people?
In general, in anything you do, it's important to surround yourself with the right people that are always going to support you. I've had a long career, professional golfer for 16 years. I started really young, and there were times when, you know, it was really tough. But you need to make sure that you have the right people around you to support you and encourage you during those tough times to keep you going. So I've been very fortunate to have supportive parents, coach, husband, a good team around me to pick me up in the bad times and also to be there to celebrate the good times.
So you're one team.
Exactly. We all need a good team around us. I'm sure the people you work with a good team and trust your colleagues.
So NTT Data is a really global company. So I never, it's every initiative and project can be done without our colleagues all over the world. So I always appreciate my colleagues all over the world. And like we said, one NTT Data, it's really one team, and we really respect our teamwork. So maybe the same as your situation.
Sure.
Right. Okay, and also I know your father, as you said, your father got you into golf at our age. Do you think you missed out some childhood experience, or
yeah, for sure. But it's always what I've wanted to do. I said from like 8 years old I wanted to be a professional golfer. And my dad did ask me once. I played a tournament. I was young, I was about 13 or 14. I mean, and in South Africa at the time I was really up and coming. And he said to me, sometimes I wonder if the pressure is too much for you. Is this too much? And I said, I love nothing more than that pressure. That's when I really feel like I'm at my best. And he said, well, that's all I need to know. But he always said, if it's too much, you just let me know, which is great. Like, my parents never pushed me, and I think that's why I love doing what I do still today, because it always came from me.
Oh, that's great. So you're balanced person.
Yeah, no, they were very, very supportive, which is so helpful.
And I believe your father was so happy to see your wonder last year. So how did your father say to you the congratulations?
Yeah, we only spoke like 4 hours afterwards because it was so busy over FaceTime. He's so very happy. He always said, I knew you could do it. I believed in you all the time, as any parent would tell their child. But it was very special.
Yeah, it's good, special. Okay, so let's move on to the personal interest and hobbies. So I really wanted to know what did you do apart from when you were in that golf field?
Yeah, on my weeks off when I'm home, I just because we travel so much, I just love to be in my house. I like to have friends around. My husband cooks really well, so we like to barbecue a lot. Always South Africa, we say braai, which is done to cook on the charcoal and entertain. I enjoy just listening to music, watching Netflix, and catching up on shows.
So
and just
relaxed.
Yeah, that's how I kind of switch off from the busy life and that.
Yeah, but do you practice every day? Or?
Not every day. On my weeks off, I will, especially if I've played a lot of tournaments in a row, I will take maybe 4 or 5 days off to decompress from golf, and then that way it refreshes me to come back and want to practice again.
And I heard one of your hobby is playing guitar.
I used to. I do love music. I started to learn, and then life just gets so busy, and when you're traveling, but it is something that I would really love to pick up again, because I do love music. Do you have any hobbies?
Yeah, actually, one of my hobby is climbing mountains.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it's also refreshed me.
Yeah.
And also, when I was in India, I really love to yoga. It's so refreshed and some makes me feel
clears the mind.
Yeah.
Both, Yeah. Many mountains in Japan too.
Yeah. So I recommend you.
Yeah.
You are not when you.
I walk a lot on the golf course, so when I'm done,
you're done. So how long do you work a whole day? It's so long way to hold.
It depends on the tournaments and what you're doing on the day. I mean, today I got to the golf course at 6 a.m. to play in the Pro-Am. And then I'm only, it's 5 o'clock now. It's a long day. But say like a Monday in our normal weekly tournament would be like, Monday would be travel day, Tuesday practice for a few hours, play 9 holes, Wednesday practice, play Pro-Am with the sponsors, and then the tournament starts on Thursdays.
Yeah. Okay, that's great. So I still have a lot of questions, but the time is up.
Oh wow, already.
Already. So thank you very much, Shui, for doing your busy time. And tomorrow you must be really excited for AIG Women's Open. So I cannot wait to watch you. So all the best.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much taking your time to joining our sessions.
Thank you for having me.